Hey everybody, clearing. All right, here we go. So this is going to be a divine feminine check-in. And for all the divine feminines preparing for union, this can be for you divine masculines to watch and see where your DF is at, potentially, if it is your story, and DFs to see kind of where you are at in the collective energies. All right, thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest. Most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the divine feminines in the collective that joins me here? How are they thinking of the connections? They're masculine. How are they feeling on the heart space about it all, about specifically their counterpart? What are the DFs ready, willing, able to manifest here? What actions are the divine feminines consciously taking towards union? What is the biggest challenge facing the feminines at this time? What is the spirit guided solution for that? And where are things going in the near future from the feminine side of the energy? Okay, conscious mind about the connection. Queen of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles. What I'm getting from this is wifey energy. So divine feminines are becoming the person that they would want to be in relationship with. So I'm hearing fidelity, I'm hearing, money management with the Pentacles here. Queen of Pentacles, they're taking care of their portfolio, I just heard. They're taking care of their physical body. They're taking care of their finances. They're holding their own. They're holding it down in the material realm is what I'm hearing. So yeah, masculines, your feminines are coming into their own. They don't need no masculine to do that, but obviously they love you. But they're learning to take care of this stuff and get that big picture. Actually, in private readings this whole last week, there's been many instances where the guidance has come in that the feminines are being asked to really look at their material realm. So legal matters, financial matters, to understand what their picture looks like coming into a relationship or preparing for a relationship. I just saw 222. So this really is that energy. What do the masculines need to know? Prosperity and growth. It takes two, I just heard. So when, look at all the pentacles, everything here is pentacles. So feminines, if you are not on this program, then you need to get your finances, your money picture, your material realm, all of that at least consciously in your awareness. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but have a grasp on it. Have some real world knowledge about what you've got to work with. Doesn't mean it has to be perfect. Again, it just means you need to have a comprehension of what you have to work with and what you're working towards with this Two of Pentacles. This is your own accountability, one step at a time, even baby steps, but you're still going towards balancing all that out for yourself. And that is where we get the dream team I just heard. What can we see for the conscious mind about the counterpart? Ooh, Five of Pentacles and the King of Wands. The Five of Pentacles came out in the inverse. So that is a card of separation. In the inverse, it's the illusion of separation with who? The King of Wands. So yeah, the feminines know that this is a productive period of time, judging from the first cards about the feminines getting their financial, material ducks in a row. These feminines know that this is not a all is lost scenario with the masculine. They just feel like there are pentacles to be dealing with. It makes sense to them, I just heard, that there is this preparation period with you, specifically divine masculines. And what do you need to know? Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Literally, this is the grounding into the physical, because it's getting everything in order. So that, I mean, the Ace of Pentacles, the aces of any suit, we don't have the instruction manual. This is just that yes. So the feminines are poised and getting ready to say yes in the physical, yes to going forward, yes to marriage, I just heard, yes to you, masculines, because they will know what they have to work with, and they'll know where that is honoring and respectful, because they're learning themselves, even in this material realm domain. What can we see on the heart space? Lord of Valor, Seven of Wands, and Wheel of Fortune. The Seven of Wands is internalized here. So it's an inner bravery, an inner triumph, an inner integrity that the feminines are tapping into. So this is the holding their own. Feminines have a lot of material realm. I just heard allocation, but accounting or sorting. They don't have time to be distracting themselves and spreading themselves too thin with rebellion. Let's just leave it at that. And in divine timing, they know this is going to be falling into place the way it is meant to in the highest. So even though they may not, even though it's crickets, I just heard in some regards, the feminines are not misstepping. They're focused on self. They're focused on their abundance, setting this foundation, poised and ready. Yeah, steps in the process. So this is, taking the steps towards this goal. They have a glimmer here with this crescent moon. They don't have the full awareness of where this is going, masculines. Sometimes we get that the feminines come off as they're, witchy or really ultra in tune. They sense things, masculines. They're not, complete mind readers. There are moments, but it's not that the feminines cross that sovereignty boundary. Karmic feminine energy might intrude and cross that, but divine feminine energy is very soft. It's very honoring and non-intrusive. So masculines, your feminines are not forcing things. They're not 10 steps ahead of you intuitively in some regards. They are doing these steps as it's warranted in the connection for their own path regarding you. And they're not outside of divine timing. So there is guesswork, but the feminines defer to this inner bravery instead of needing to know. These feminines are softening into the unknowing and allowing the process to unfold naturally because there's trust, because there's safety. What can we see in the heart of hearts? Ooh, the justice. The two shall become one, I just heard. So this can mean legal matters going in the feminine's favor that have to do with this connection. And what else? Queen of Swords. Yeah, so this is the healthy boundaries I'm getting with that motion, that these divine feminines have laid down the healthy boundaries law, that they know their integrity, they know what they are worth, they know that they don't want to blend certain things, whatever this justice is that's playing out. They have said what they said, and they don't want to muddy anything, and it is coming down to the wire. So these feminines on their heart space are really feeling into whatever this justice means in your scenario, one their side or your side or both. This is what it comes down to. And you can tell it's a pensive look. It's not like I'm telling you this. It is definitely like a curiosity, those messages about the feminines not having a guarantee about how this is all going to work out. They still are here for the surprise. They're still here for the free will. They're still here for genuine mutuality. They're not here out of assumptions, masculines. And so whatever this justice is playing out, they don't know how it will go when all is said and done, but they do feel they are on point. They do feel they are being divinely guided towards you, and they're being shown gradual things to do in that effect, but they are not out there in ego, self-assured and bulldozing through the energy with a certain expectation or attachment. Yeah, they're just here for the healing. So in this patience, in this spaciousness that we're channeling in, the feminines really do know that they are healed, healing more so than ever. And this is pointing to you and the kind of connection that the two of you could have. What can we see for what they want to manifest? Seven of Pentacles and Six of Wands. Seven of Pentacles in the inverse can be an immediate card. It can mean not wanting or not feeling like the wait is going to take forever for this. Dun, da, da, da. We've got this victory riding in. So there's something that can be publicly recognized now, whatever this justice is. So that can mean legal matters, can be incarceration, can be divorce, can be custody, can be financial things. Whatever this is, these feminines believe that now it can move forward. This connection can move forward without further ado because these legal matters have been cleared. How does this relate to you? Letting it sink in. Prayer, the healing of third-party heartache. So they know that whatever this third energy was that needed to be settled, the justice card is talking about on your side, their side, both, that it's going to take a little bit of time to integrate this new level of freedom from whatever that was. This level up, it's going to take a minute to dawn on everybody. It's going to take a minute to settle in. And because we're going from the Three of Swords to this Four of Swords, and there's a progression, this can mean that energies outside the connection are being released, and there's a deepening here that's going to sink in about the two. What can we see for the actions? More Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Yeah, so more than meets the eye. That third energy, there is an amicable energy here. There is a friendship energy here, but I'm getting that there are peripheral people that were connected with this other justice, that, you know, it's not just about Xing things out and then pretending the past hasn't happened. There's a smoothing over here, that it's not just about the physical stuff, it's this integration of the energetics also balancing out. So the feminines know there's some processing to do. That can mean that things need to be taken slow if they do start kicking off. Yeah, there's some healing here. So this reunion card, it may not be evident on the surface when the two of you come back together, all of the colorful things that are now supporting this choice, this mutual choice to connect further. So it feels like there is a lot of progress and growth, but it's quite a bit under the surface, and it's not going to be necessarily the first things that are talked about. There's still this alchemical process that's going on behind the scenes while everything's being transmuted and integrated. What can we see for the biggest challenge? Wow, Nine of Pentacles, Lord of Material Gain. I think we've had almost every pentacle, if I'm not mistaken. We haven't had the Four of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, just the Four and the Eight. Oh, my goodness. Anyways, so Lord of Material Gain before this leap of faith. So there is a heavy focus, lighthearted, heavy focus on finances here and balancing things out and learning what that sovereignty looks like, so there can be abundance going forward. So this can be where both counterparts are starting to look at money story and what they each bring to the table, so there can be some negotiation of the path forward. They want to free themselves from this developmental stage. They want you masculines to be freed from that so that it's not entrapping anymore. These feminines know that the butterfly wings have been forming, and it's going to be time eventually, or now, soon, to start spreading those wings. We do have the leap of faith just kind of waiting there. So the feminines are anticipating this growth together, and they know that it is coming into the physical realm because it's like the stage is set here. And things are playing out, and we are aware of the progress happening, and there is anticipation, there is freedom coming in, but we are at this place on the journey where it's not quite here yet, but we're seeing the moving parts of it. What is the solution to this challenge of staying sovereign, not rushing in with the wrong things at the wrong time? Eight of Wands, Lord of Swiftness, and the Artist. Okay, so this is where we trust ourselves. So we don't want to make haphazard, hasty decisions, but this is living the Tao. This is the art. This is Lord of Swiftness. So once this processing has been completed, there can be this energetic green light that says it's go time, because all the dots, I's are dotted, T's are crossed. And that is, you know, doing this sovereign work so that it's thorough before we come together, so we don't enmesh codependently. We would have done that long ago if that's what was going to happen in these connections. So this process is the unfolding of how to do it right. And once we do get to that full accountability, where we do understand what we're working with, we have conscious recognition of it, and that just comes through living life and being surrendered to what is, and having our eyes wide open on the chessboard with what is showing up in our material realms. As we continue to do that, it does just fall into place. Peoples and the Hermit. So we're going to be coming out of Hermit mode. There is going to be more communication, more crossover, more check-ins. As this readiness is approaching, there's going to be an energetic ramp up, finding out about each other, testing the water, touching base, possibly even flirting. There's some beautiful stuff coming in. And in the near future, what do we get? Knight of Swords and the World. So communication is building, I heard. These are both in the inverse. This is a card of communication, and the World is these things finalizing, closing out. So both are becoming the versions of themselves that they will be communicating from when this reunion comes back in. Everybody has certain things that are closing out right now that are coming to a finale from the karma. And ooh, the Tower. So it does happen. I just heard the final hour. So this does click into place where it comes to you masculines. It feels like it does go slow, slow, slow on both sides. And then overnight, when it gets to this divinely timed, orchestrated event horizon click, it's now this connection is the priority. Just saw 1717. What can we see for advice for the masculines? Chakra Kabbalah, spiritual path, life lessons, and karma. That's like the tree of life. There's a season for everything. So continue allowing the karma to be shed, and just know that your divine feminine is being diligent, working on it. Trust the process, masculines. But yeah, eventually it is going to go overnight. It's going to be available. The connection will be available to begin on a deeper level. Spectrum generator, reprogramming, transmutation, stabilization, and spiritual strength, virtue, and valor. We had those words in the other cards already. So this is that stable foundation that's coming in, where nobody's doing haphazard things. We're anchoring in that core stability, because things are becoming based on spiritual virtue, not wishful thinking, not, assumption. What is that? When we have an inflated ego, we think we're holier than thou. We think we've got it all figured out. This journey humbles us into catching ourselves out, having that mirror that we see the plank in our own eye instead of the splinter in someone else's. This is what it's about, actually coming into righteousness. So feminines, you are getting there. For real, for real. And masculines, it is falling into place. Everybody involved. We often do the masculine readings, but the same messages pertain to the feminines. All right. Many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.